I demanded an open marriage. What he did next left me speechless before he disappeared from my life completely. I don't even know where to start. 3 months ago, I destroyed my marriage with one conversation, and my husband responded in a way I never saw coming. I'm Valentina, 34F, dental hygienist. My husband Travis, 36M, owns a small HVAC company. We've been together since college, 13 years total, married for 11. I thought I knew him inside and out. I was wrong. Let me paint you a picture of our life. Travis built his business from nothing. Started as an apprentice making SHT money while I was finishing my dental hygiene program. He'd come home covered in insulation, hands cut up, dead tired, but still made time to quiz me with flashcards for my board exams. When he decided to go out on his own 5 years ago, I watched him work 16-hour days, bid jobs he barely broke even on just to build reputation. Now he's got 3 guys working for him and more business than he can handle. We had a good life. 3-bedroom house in a decent neighborhood. 2 cars paid off. Vacation every summer. Date nights when we could manage them around his emergency calls and my rotating Saturday shifts. But somewhere along the way, I got restless. Started noticing things that didn't used to bother me. How Travis would come home and immediately shower because he was filthy. How his idea of a good Friday night was grilling steaks and watching the game. How he'd rather save money for retirement than blow it on fancy restaurants or weekend trips to Vegas like my coworker Brittany and her boyfriend. I convinced myself we were in a rut. That we'd become roommates who happened to share a bed. The passion was gone, I told myself. We were just going through the motions. So 3 months ago, after several glasses of wine and too many hours on relationship forums, I sat him down for the talk. I think we should open our marriage, I said. Travis was eating leftover pizza after a 12-hour day. He set down his slice, wiped his hands, and just looked at me. Not angry. Not hurt. Just studying me. Why? One word. Calm as F. I launched into my prepared speech. How we'd been together so long. How we needed to spice things up. How other couples did it successfully. How it could make us stronger. I talked for probably 10 minutes straight. He let me finish. Didn't interrupt once. Then he stood up, carried his plate to the sink, and said, "Okay." Okay? I was expecting pushback. Maybe even a fight. If that's what you want. He grabbed his keys and headed for the door. Where are you going? Out. Need to think. He didn't come home that night. Or the next. On the 3rd day, I came home from work to find a manila envelope on the kitchen table. Divorce papers. Already filled out. Just needed my signature. I tried calling him immediately. Straight to voicemail. Texts wouldn't deliver. I drove to his shop. His foreman Luis told me Travis wasn't there and he didn't know when he'd be back. The look Luis gave me said he knew exactly why I was there and exactly what I'd done. I went to his brother's house. Marcus opened the door, took one look at me, and said, "He doesn't want to see you." Closed it in my face. His parents were more polite but just as firm. His mom hugged me, said she was sorry, but Travis has made his decision. It took me 2 weeks to find out he'd packed up his personal stuff while I was at work, put his portion of the business in his foreman's hands temporarily, and left town. Another week to discover he'd transferred his contractor's license to Texas and was already working with a company in Austin. He'd planned it all in 3 days. 3 effing days to dismantle 13 years. Update 1, posted 2 weeks later. Since some of you asked for an update. It's been 2 weeks since I posted. Travis is gone. Like, completely gone. I hired a pie, yeah, I know how that sounds, who confirmed he's in Austin. Got an apartment, already working steady with a commercial HVAC outfit while he figures out whether to start fresh with his own business there. The divorce is moving forward. He's not asking for anything unreasonable, just a clean split. He's letting me keep the house if I can buy out his equity or sell it and split the profits. No alimony either way. Fair division of savings. He's even leaving me the newer car. His lawyer communicates with mine. No direct contact. I know what you're all thinking, this is what I wanted, right? Freedom to explore? Yeah, well, I've been on 3 dates. Date 1, matched with a guy on an app. Investment banker type. Took me to an expensive restaurant, spent the whole time talking about his portfolio and checking his phone. When he suggested we go back to his place, I actually considered it, isn't this what I wanted? But something felt off. Travis never assumed, he always made sure I was comfortable, always walked me to my door, always waited until I was inside before driving away. This guy? He shrugged when I said no and was already swiping on his phone before I got to my car. Date 2, coworker's friend. Nice enough. Boring as SHT. Kept trying to impress me with his leased BMW and designer clothes. I kept thinking about how Travis drove the same truck for 8 years because it runs fine and it's paid for. Date 3, last night. This one effed me up. Met a guy at a bar. Tall, cocky, exactly what I thought I wanted. We made out in the parking lot. His hands were soft. Clean. No calluses from years of honest work. When he grabbed my sauce and whispered what he wanted to do to me, I felt nothing. Just empty. I went home alone and cried until I threw up. My best friend finally told me the truth today. You had a man who built a business with his bare hands, who treated you like a queen, who was faithful and steady and sure, and you threw him away because you were bored. Girl, you effed up. Yeah. I know. The comments on my last post were brutal. Some of you said I got what I deserved. That Travis was a king for how he handled it. One person said, he gave you exactly what you asked for, the freedom to be with other people. Just not with him as your safety net. That comment has been rattling around in my head for 2 weeks. I've started drinking more. Wine every night instead of just weekends. Called in sick twice last week. My boss, Dr. Patterson, pulled me aside yesterday. Said he's concerned. That my performance is slipping. That patients are noticing I'm not myself. Not myself. Funny thing is, I don't know who myself is anymore. For 13 years, I was Travis's wife. Half of a whole. Now I'm just. What? A 34-year-old woman who destroyed her marriage because she was bored? His cousin posted a picture on Instagram yesterday. Some family barbecue in Austin. Travis was in the background, laughing at something someone said. He looked good. Relaxed. Lighter somehow. Like a weight had been lifted. I was the weight. Update 2, posted 6 weeks later. I'm drunk. So if this is a mess, sorry not sorry. Tonight was supposed to be our anniversary. 11 years married. I would have forgotten, but Facebook memories are a bitch. Picture after picture of us through the years. Travis teaching me to fish even though I complained the whole time. Us covered in paint after we bought our first house. Him in a suit at my cousin's wedding, looking uncomfortable but wearing it anyway because I asked him to. That last one broke me. I remember that night. He slow danced with me even though he hates dancing. Whispered in my ear that I was the most beautiful woman in the room. Meant it too. Travis never said SHT he didn't mean. You want to know something pathetic? I've been wearing my wedding ring again. Not in public, I'm not that delusional. But at home, I slip it on and pretend the last 4 months didn't happen. That Travis is just working late on an emergency call. That he'll walk through the door any minute, exhausted and dirty, and I'll heat up his dinner and listen to him talk about his day. God, I used to tune him out when he talked about work. Thought it was boring. Who gives a F about refrigerant types or ductwork? Now I'd give anything to hear him explain the difference between our 22 and our 410A again. To watch his hands move as he describes something, those strong, capable hands that could fix anything. Except us, I guess. Couldn't fix us. Or wouldn't. My friend Brittany, the one whose relationship I was so jealous of? Her boyfriend cheated on her 2 weeks ago. With her roommate. She's been crying on my couch, going on about how all men are trash. I just sit there thinking, no. Not all of them. I had one of the good ones. I threw him away. The house is too quiet. Travis used to hum while he cooked breakfast on Sundays. Old country songs his dad taught him. Drove me crazy then. The silence is driving me crazier now. I went to his shop last week. Pathetic, I know. Luis is running things well. They've got Travis's name on the truck still, Garrett HVAC Services, and that blue lettering he was so proud of. Luis saw me sitting in my car across the street. Came out, not angry, just sad. He's not coming back, Valentina, he said. You know that, right? I know. But knowing and accepting are two different things. Found out Travis is doing well in Austin. Really well. Already has a reputation with the commercial outfit he's working for. His brother let it slip that he's thinking about starting another business there. That he's got investors interested. That he's looking at houses. Houses. Permanent. Not coming back. I matched with someone on an app yesterday. Unmatched after 5 messages. What's the point? They're all wrong. Wrong height, wrong laugh, wrong everything. They're not him. My mom called earlier. Said I need to snap out of it. That I made my choice. That women my age can't afford to waste time. All I could think was that I already wasted it. Wasted 13 years with a man who loved me, because I was too stupid to see what I had. The divorce will be final in 2 months. 2 months and it's like those 13 years never happened. Just signatures on paper and divided bank accounts. I found one of his work shirts in the laundry room yesterday. Those blue ones with his name stitched on the pocket. Still smells like him, that mix of deodorant and metal and something uniquely Travis. I slept in it last night. How's that for pathetic? Update 3, posted 3 months later. Today I did something stupid. Stupider than asking for an open marriage. Stupider than letting him go without fighting. I drove to Austin. 8 hours in the car to torture myself. I told myself I was just going to see a friend who moved there last year. Even I didn't believe that lie. I found the complex where he lives. Sat in the parking lot like a stalker for 2 hours before I saw his truck. Same one he's had forever, but cleaner somehow. Texas plates now. When he got out, I couldn't breathe. He looked good. Really good. Lost some weight, not that he needed to, but you could tell he was taking care of himself. New work clothes that actually fit instead of the baggy ones he always wore. Hair cut shorter, the way I always said would look better on him, but he never changed because why fix what wasn't broken? I was about to get out of my car when I saw her. Pretty brunette, maybe 30. Got out of a Honda Civic, laughing at something on her phone. Travis's face lit up when he saw her. Not the polite smile he used for customers or the tired smile he gave me toward the end. A real smile. The kind he used to give me when we first met. She was carrying grocery bags. He immediately took them from her. Said something that made her laugh. Then, and this is what KLD me, he put his hand on the small of her back to guide her toward his apartment. Such a small gesture. Protective. Intimate. The way he used to touch me. I sat there for another hour after they went inside. Finally drove to my friend's place, made small talk for 30 minutes, then drove 8 hours back home. The house sold yesterday. Closing in 30 days. I'm moving to a 1-bedroom apartment closer to work. Can't afford the house on my own, and even if I could, the ghosts are too loud. Found our wedding album while packing. Big mistake. There's a picture of Travis right after our first look. His eyes are wet, one of the 3 times I ever saw him cry. The others, when his grandfather died and when the Rangers won the World Series, he looked at me like I hung the moon. When did he stop looking at me like that? Or did I just stop noticing? I've been going to therapy. Dr. Miranda says I'm grieving. That I'm going through the stages. Currently stuck somewhere between depression and bargaining. She asked me what I'm hoping to gain from therapy. I want to stop loving him, I said. Why? Because it hurts too much. She says the pain means the love was real. That it's supposed to hurt when you lose something that mattered. But here's the thing, I didn't lose it. I threw it away. There's a difference. My coworker Derek asked me out yesterday. Nice guy. Stable job. Everything I should want. I said no. I'm not ready. May never be ready. How do you date when every man gets compared to the ghost of who your husband was? Travis's lawyer sent papers yesterday about the last of our joint accounts. There was a sticky note on one page. Travis's handwriting, keep the camping gear. I know you hated it anyway. I laughed. Then I cried. Then I went to the garage and found our tent, the sleeping bags, the cooler he bought for our first anniversary when he was determined to make me love the outdoors. I kept it all. Maybe one day I'll use it. Find someone who wants to take me camping. Someone patient enough to teach me again which wood makes the best fire, how to tie a proper knot, why the stars look different in the mountains. But it won't be the same. Because he won't be Travis. Update 4, posted 5 months later. Ran into Travis's mom at the grocery store today. We both froze, her hand halfway to a box of cereal. His favorite kind, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. He ate it like a kid, dry handfuls straight from the box while watching SportsCenter. She hugged me. Didn't say anything, just held me while I fell apart in the cereal all like a crazy person. When I finally pulled myself together, she said 5 words that broke me all over again. He loved you so much. Loved. Past tense. We had coffee. She told me about Austin. About his new business, commercial contracts, bigger than anything he did here. About the house he's buying. About Megan, the brunette from the parking lot has a name. She's a pediatric nurse. Meets him for lunch when their schedules align. Doesn't mind when he has to cancel plans for emergency calls. Appreciates how hard he works. Loves that he's building something with his hands. She's good for him, his mom said gently. She sees him, Valentina. Really sees him. The way I stopped seeing him. Got too comfortable. Too complacent. Too effing stupid. You know what the real kicker is? Travis's mom still loves me. Still texts me on holidays. Still includes me in her prayers, she says. But there's a distance now. A carefulness. Because I'm the woman who broke her son's heart by asking to F other men. Yeah, that's what it was, wasn't it? Dress it up all you want, opening the marriage, exploring options, spicing things up, but what I really said was, you're not enough for me anymore. And Travis, being Travis, heard me loud and clear. Didn't beg. Didn't plead. Didn't try to convince me otherwise. Just said, okay, and showed me exactly what life without him looked like. The apartment is nice. Quiet. Clean. No work boots by the door. No truck keys on the counter. No sound of the shower running at 5 a.m. because he wanted to let me sleep in but had an early job. Just me and my choices. I've been on exactly one date in the last 2 months. My therapist says that's progress, that I'm protecting my emotional space while I heal. Really, I just can't pretend anymore. Can't smile at jokes that aren't as funny as his. Can't feign interest in jobs that don't leave calluses. Can't pretend that soft hands feel better than rough ones that knew exactly how to touch me. Saw the job posting today. Travis's company here is hiring. Garrett HVAC Services seeking experienced technician. Must be reliable, hardworking, and committed to quality service. Committed. There's that word again. Dr. Patterson asked if I'm planning to stay in town after the divorce is final next month. I don't know. What's keeping me here? My job? I can clean teeth anywhere. My friends? The ones who whisper about me when they think I can't hear? My family? They're tired of watching me wallow. Maybe I'll move too. Not to Austin, I'm not that far gone. But somewhere new. Somewhere without memories of Sunday morning pancakes and backyard barbecues and slow dances in the kitchen while dinner cooked. Somewhere I won't expect to see his truck in every parking lot. Travis's cousin posted another picture yesterday. Engagement party. Not his, but he was there with Megan. She wore a yellow sundress. He had his arm around her waist. They looked right together. Natural. The way we used to look before I decided comfortable meant boring. I didn't cry this time. Progress? Or just empty? Either way, it's what I asked for, right? The freedom to explore. To find excitement. To live without the burden of a stable, loving marriage to a good man who came home to me every night. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. Final update, posted 8 months later. This will be my last update. The divorce has been final for 2 months. I need to stop picking at this wound and let it scar over. But first, I need to tell you about last week. I was in Austin for a dental hygienist conference. 3 days of continuing education credits and hotel coffee. I swore I wouldn't look for him. Wouldn't drive by his business. Wouldn't be that pathetic ex-wife who can't let go. I lasted exactly 1 day. His shop is in an industrial area outside the city. Garrett Commercial HVAC in fresh blue letters on a clean white building. 4 trucks in the lot. A receptionist visible through the glass door. He really did it, built it all again from nothing. I sat in my rental car for an hour, working up the courage to go in. To say, what? Congratulations? I'm sorry? I effed up? Then he walked out. Jeans and a polo shirt with his company logo. Clipboard in hand, gesturing to a younger guy, probably a new hire. Teaching, the way he taught his guys back home. Patient. Thorough. Making sure they understood not just the what but the why. He saw me. I know he did. Our eyes met across the parking lot. For a second, neither of us moved. Then he handed the clipboard to the kid, said something, and walked over. He looked good. Healthy. Clear-eyed. The Austin sun had given him a tan. There were new lines around his eyes, laugh lines. Happy lines. Valentina. Not a question. Just acknowledgement. Hi, Travis. He leaned against my car. Casual. Like we were old acquaintances, not 2 people who'd shared 13 years and a bed and a life. Conference? He asked. Small talk. Safe. Yeah. Continuing Ed. How's Dr. Patterson? Good. Semi-retired. Only works 3 days now. Good for him. Silence. Not comfortable like our old silences. Heavy. Full of everything we weren't saying. Your shop looks great, I managed. Thanks. Lot of work, but it's coming together. I'm glad, and I was. Am. His success doesn't diminish me. It just highlights what I gave up. Travis. I started. Don't. Not harsh. Just firm. We're past that, Valentina. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. For how I handled everything. For what I asked for. For not seeing what I had until. I know. He shifted, checking his watch. A new one. Nice but practical. I forgave you a long time ago. Had to, for my own peace. Forgave. Not forgot. Are you happy? I asked. Needed to know. He smiled then. Not the polite smile he'd been wearing. A real one. Yeah. I am. Building something good here. Got good people. Good life. And Megan? The smile softened. She's great. Really great. I'm glad, I said, and meant it. You deserve that. So do you, he said. Everyone deserves to be happy, Valentina. You just got confused about what that looked like. A truck pulled up. One of his. The driver waved. Travis waved back. I should go, he said. Take care of yourself. He started walking away, then turned back. Valentina? Some advice? I nodded. Stop looking backward. You can't drive forward that way. Find what makes you happy, really happy, not just excited, and hold on to it. Then he was gone. Back to his shop, his life, his future. I sat there for another 10 minutes, then drove back to my hotel. I didn't cry. Didn't fall apart. Just felt. Finished. Closed. Like the last page of a book I'd been trying to rewrite. Dr. Miranda says I'm finally accepting. That this encounter was necessary for closure. That Travis gave me a gift by being kind but firm. By showing me he's okay. That we're both okay, just not together. I'm moving next month. Got a job offer in Colorado. Fresh start. New place. No memories on every corner. I've been going to therapy religiously. Working on understanding why I confused stability with stagnation. Why I thought love had to be exciting all the time. Why I didn't see that a man who comes home to you every night, who builds a life with you brick by brick, who chooses you again and again, that's the real romance. I don't date. Not yet. Maybe not for a while. I need to figure out who I am when I'm not trying to be someone's wife or girlfriend or exciting fling. Just Valentina. My wedding ring sits in a box in my closet. Can't wear it, can't throw it away. Maybe someday I'll be ready to let it go. Maybe not. Some things you carry forever, even when they don't belong to you anymore. To those of you in relationships, look at your partner tonight. Really look. Not at what's missing or what could be better or what strangers might offer. Look at what's there. The person who chooses you every day. Who builds with you. Who stays. Don't be like me. Don't throw away a real thing for an imagined better thing. The grass isn't greener on the other side. It's green where you water it. Travis watered our grass for 13 years. I let it die because I was looking at other lawns. Now I'm learning to tend my own garden. Alone. It's harder than I thought it would be. Everything is. But that's what I asked for, isn't it? The freedom to figure it out on my own. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. Edit, this really did blow up. Thank you to everyone who shared their stories and perspectives. To those calling me names, yeah, I deserve it. To those in similar situations, please think hard before you do what I did. And to Travis, if you somehow see this, thank you. For 13 beautiful years. For handling my betrayal with grace. For building something good from the ashes I created. Megan's a lucky woman. I hope she knows that. I hope she never forgets it the way I did. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you really like our videos, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.